Welcome, welcome. Welcome on in. Let's see if we are live.
Let's pretend this isn't my life. Let's pretend it was a great night. Let's pretend that it was real nice. Let's pretend that it's a movie. Let's pretend that it's a story. Let's pretend that it was glorious. Cause that's where I do my best work. That's where I see my real worth. In fiction you just can't get hurt. In the imaginary world, yeah, that's where I do my best work. That's where I put myself first. In fiction you just can't get hurt. In the imaginary world. In the imaginary. Can you imagine for me? In the imaginary. Can you imagine for me? Let's pretend that it's a dream life. Let's pretend that it's a dream house. Let's pretend that it's all good vibes for once. Let's pretend that it's a safe place. Let's pretend that it's a safe haven. While the outside world just keeps fading. Oh, cause that's where I do my best work. That's where I see my real worth. In fiction you just can't get hurt. In the imaginary world, that's where I do my best work. That's where I put myself first. That's where in fiction you just can't get hurt. In the imaginary world. In the imaginary. Can you imagine for me? In the imaginary world. Can you imagine for me? I'm building a world nobody can get to. Put up a fence so finally get to. Take a deep breath, sit back and relax. Building a world nobody can get to. Put up a fence so finally get to. Take a deep breath, sit back and relax. I love it in the imaginary world. Can you imagine for me? In the imaginary. Can you imagine for me? 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 Yeah. Oh.
Greetings, soul family. Welcome to this sacred space of vibration, intuition, and frequency. We are live, and already the energy is rising. Now, before we go any further, let's talk about the energy behind the energy. The woman, the myth, the magic, Ms.Blue, the soulful oracle herself, Ms. Blue is almost ready to grace us with her presence. She's just backstage, setting her frequency, aligning the vibe, and maybe finishing the last few sips of her favorite tea. You know, balancing the sacred with the simple. It's an art form. Here's a little secret. Ms.Blue didn't just start preparing for this tonight. She's been preparing her whole life, tuning frequencies, unlocking cosmic codes, and yes, maybe roaming the halls at 2 a.m. on the phone, energy swirling, crystals nearby, YouTube documentaries playing in the background. She says it herself. I took a long nap yesterday, so now the creativity portal is wide open. Isn't that real magic? Showing up when spirit calls, not the clock. Another thing you should know. Ms.Blue always claims she's keeping it short tonight. She says, not going to be a 3-hour live this time. And yet, somehow, someway, here we are, together, surfing frequencies until time melts away. Because when you're moving in pure energy, time isn't the boss, frequency is, and tonight is different. Ms.Blue is bringing the blueprint. She's been living inside the energy of her upcoming signature workshop, all about frequency. A sacred space where we leave the mind at the door and invite in the crown of intuition, no mind, no logic, just pure soul activation. This is the moment we remember. You are not here to chase a vibe. You are here to become the vibe. And Ms.Blue, she's not just teaching that. She's transmitting it. Imagine this galaxy's realigning. DNA strands whispering. Portals swirling open MS. Blue is not just sharing words. She's opening dimensions. She's not just guiding tonight. She's activating. But don't be surprised if she steps on screen and says, y'all, I wasn't even going to turn the camera on tonight, but Spirit had other plans. And that's how you know something real is about to happen. So while she's fluffing her aura and maybe double-checking if her charger's plugged in, here's what you can do. Breathe in the moment. Light a candle if you have one. Center your spirit. And when she appears, flood this chat with stars, hearts, fire, and that old-school soul family welcome. Let her feel the frequency we're holding for her arrival. Because this isn't just another live stream. This is a living frequency field, curated, cultivated, and channeled by Ms.Blue herself. And you didn't just stumble in here tonight. Your higher self, the real you, led you here. You're about to be reminded that you are the source of your frequency. You are the portal you've been waiting for. And Ms.Blue is simply holding the mirror, a mirror that reflects not your mind, but your essence. So lean in, open your heart, open your intuition, open your third eye. Because when Ms.Blue steps in front of that camera, the atmosphere will shift and you'll feel it. She's not just here to talk. She loves to talk though. She's here to transmit. She's not just here to vibe. She is the vibration. Now, get ready. Ms.Blue is adjusting her crown, sipping her tea, maybe still wondering if she left her crystal charging somewhere. But most importantly, she's about to open the portal. Soul family, you're right on time. The moment is now.
Listen, I'm doing all of that talking. Welcome on in, everyone. Welcome on in. Hi, I am Ms.Blue, the Soulful Oracle. And so you all should be able to hear me now. I want to make sure that you all can hear me. Let me see. Let me see. Can you guys hear me now? Can you hear me, Black Gold? Say you look good though, but can you hear me? Y'all still can't hear me? No sound. Wow. Huh. Still can't hear me? Can y'all hear me? Yay. Okay, you got sound. You got sound. Ooh, my goodness. My goodness. How are we all doing? How are we all feeling? Welcome on in. I am Ms.Blue, the Soulful Oracle. I'm so glad to have you all join me. I know, you guys, everything he said was true. I'm late. My phone is on 1%. I was roaming the halls earlier today and last night. Let's get those likes up. Thank you all for tuning in. I'm glad. Did you all get a notification? Is that how you knew I was going live? I know many of you are using your sixth sense, and so that's how you know I'm going live. I'm not going to be long here tonight. And I know I say that all the time. I kind of cringe. You love the intro. Thank you. Getting a little extra creative here, getting a little extra. Welcome on in. You're a new member. Wow, we're going to do shots out for all the new members. So please, please, please let us know. Go get my charger. I don't, well, I'm on my desktop, so I don't need a charger tonight. Thank goodness, right? Because it's on 1%. But I don't need a charger tonight. I don't need a charger tonight. But let me start off and say this. First of all, I was on the phone with some Soul family members because here in the West, in the United States, we got some real crazy weather. And so just sending love to them. And if any of you are in the eye of this storm, of this weather, I'm in Texas right now. I know Dallas, it's going to be some heavy weather coming through. And even we're going to get some of that back in here in Austin, but Oklahoma, Louisiana, like all through there. So, all of you new members here and everyone, we're going to take a moment so that we can just kind of elevate ourselves a little bit and send just some peaceful, calming energy out there. I kind of been working in the records for a while. Want to say welcome to everyone who's new in the forum here as well. It's not going to be too formal tonight, but I do want to talk about some things. We got a pretty heavy week that's coming up with a lot of the alignments that are happening, both cosmic and energetically, as well as those who are experiencing some of the volcano eruptions around the world. That was one of the things I had in my blueprint in some of those particular areas. So it's a lot of releasing that's happening on the planet. We are truly in a moment of expansion and recycling energy, of our energy and our emotions. And so that's really what we're going to be kind of tapping into to prepare ourselves for this energy as we come into this week. This is a big, 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 big week. How many of you felt the energy Saturday night, early Sunday morning? How many of you felt that energy just coming in during that time? Because it was some power waves coming in of frequencies, downloads, activations coming in. And many of you might have felt the shift, as we can call it that, right? Like a shift. You felt something change inside of you. You could feel that energy as it was just coming in. And even if you couldn't recognize, like in your life, you felt it, or you might have been feeling extra uh, anxious or excited, um, energized. You could have been. It's many of ways that you could be experiencing this. Or last night you couldn't sleep. Yes, that's what I was gonna say. You were wide awake, as they say, just wide awake, wide awake. So I want you to know that that right there was that frequency coming in. So we're in a portal that I affectionately have termed Lucky Blueprint. So for those of you who have the Lucky Blueprint, whether it's the expansion pack or whether it's the regular Lucky Blueprint that I have on my digital download store, we will be in this energy for like a whole year, very intense. And so, yeah, I'm going to pause right there. I'm going to pause right there because I do want to welcome you all in. How are you all feeling? How are you all doing? Let me know where you're tuning in from, what state, what country, what place. So good to see the soul family in the building, because we're going to talk about this ascension energy, but it's ascension energy through activation energy. We have the full moon that is coming up, this full moon in Sagittarius. One of the oracle kisses when it comes to this energy that's coming in through Sagittarius, baby. Where my Sag is at in the building. Oh my goodness. I know y'all are like on 1,000. The Sages are on 1,000. They got to be sun, moon, or rising, or even north node, right? North nodes. I know my Sages. So you guys are telling me where you're checking in from. Maryland, checking in. Welcome on in. Atlanta, feeling happy in the building. We're going to go through this. Let's see. North Carolina in the building. Welcome on in. Welcome on in. Chicago is in the house. North Carolina, Texas is in the building. Empress Evelyn said I caught another live. Yes, yes. Caught another live. Welcome on in. Arizona, Tempest. Arizona is in the building. Quan, you a Sag. Okay, we know what time it is. Star, you a Sag. Okay, there you go. Crystal, you a Sag rising. 7 grams, you a Sag. Listen, I know you guys are feeling this energy. Pure feminine, Sag. Listen, Sheena, Sag. In the bed, U.S. You in the bed in the US and Alabama? I know that's right. Nothing like that. We probably all should somewhat be in the bed, depending on where we are in the world. Priestess Brandy, Sagittarius Sun, checking in from California. Obaya, Sag Moon, all up in here. Welcome on in. Brittany Vaz, you all over the place. You in Virginia. Welcome on in from Virginia, Brittany Vaz. Minnesota is in the house. Mama A, I feel the real, raw, authentic Sag Moon, baby. And I'm downloading. Yes, yes. Peace, family from North Alabama. Is there such a thing as North Alabama? North Alabama. I guess it is. I guess it is. Listen, I'm learning. All right, let's see. Mr. VIP, Indianapolis, Indiana. Welcome on in. Holly, Holly Hemmett. I always want to say that. West Hollywood. Okay. You got your cap up in this thing, the Capricorn in there. Uh, 7 grams representing New Orleans, Louisiana. Welcome on in, Maria, Soulful of Love, representing NYC. NYC should be getting some of that weather too. Sheena representing Louisiana, Los Angeles. I was going to put you in another state, Sheena. Okay, true to the 8 from the Bay Area. Welcome in, Channy from New Jersey. Feeling big psychic activations and a lot coming up with my family. Well, that's right in alignment with the astrology, right in the alignment. This has everything to do a couple of shows back, if you listen, that's the energy that's coming in. A lot with the bloodline, a lot with the family, and this psychic energy that is upon us at this time. Has a lot to do with the astrological lineups, but it also has so much just to do with you, just to do with the work you've been putting in. Because you got to know, there are people who haven't chosen to raise their consciousness. They're not acknowledging or even tapped into that voice that's deep within them. So I don't want us to never take ourselves for granted, right? It's because we are doing this work and we are expanding our consciousness and awareness that we can even have these moments of discussion about the multisensory world, because it exists. It exists for all of us, but we have made a conscious decision. We have decided that we want to utilize and tap into all of our gifts and talents that we have available to us. And that's just amazing. Priestess Gwen representing California. Welcome on in. We have, is that Gail representing Philly in the house? Welcome on in. Now, Philadelphia, I don't even know if we got time to talk about Saquon and Geno's and how Geno's done renamed themselves after Saquon, the football player for the Philadelphia Eagles. I mean, I ain't mad at them. They doing it for a short period of time, but that's how much they love the city. They love the team, you know. Love that. Matilda representing NC, North Carolina here. Welcome on in, Matilda. True Alchemist, Toronto, Canada. Welcome on in. Erica from MS. Welcome on in. Priestess Melanie in the building. Suzar, is that Compton, California? Obaya representing the ATL. Balance Vibe 369 representing Houston. Alicia representing Oregon. Ooh, I could tell y'all a trip, something about Oregon in a while. You know, Oregon is actually giving away free land. You guys ought to check it out. Somebody want to get some free land? I mean, there's some stipulations about what you got to do, how long you got to do it, but that's one of those states that's no cap. They giving out free land and houses as well too. But see if it's still going on. Still going on. Soul Sun Moon 13 representing California. Been extremely sleepy. Yes, a lot of these downloads that we are taking in, it's definitely. So here's the thing. We are in the process of upgrades. But I want you all to know that for those of us that are here on the planet at this time, we came back. What a time to be alive and growing up on planet Earth, because we came back for this. And we are going through massive upgrades. We're having DNA explosions that are happening. We are becoming more crystalline. And the more crystalline we become, the more dimensional we become in the fact that we can tap into our multi-sensory abilities. So if you think about a crystal is a receiver, a crystal is an amplifier. What a crystal can do, it's a transmitter. And so we are becoming more crystalline. And as we become more crystalline, this is what's going on. This is what you're feeling. So it's important that we ground ourselves. It's important that we tune in. And so a lot of what we'll be talking about as we get into this jump off, which some of you are already in Monday, which is the jump off for this very interesting, very magical. I'm trying to find the words, high vibe words. Very demanding week. So don't get it twisted. This is going to be a demanding week, right? But we're all going to be able to ride and create these cosmic waves. Welcome, welcome, welcome on in. Got cosmic energy, Sag rising. Let's see. Sheila, Sun, Sagittarius, Sun, should have known. Powerful, representing Memphis, and Sag 1212, Compton, California. So we got a lot of Sages in the building, and we're really looking towards you guys as the light. And one of the reasons I say that is because this illumination of this moon is really pulling through the lens of the constellation of Sagittarius. And so I want you to think about it like this, that you went on a fantastic voyage when you were a baby. And when you were a baby and you decided to grace Earth with your presence, You went on a fantastic voyage and you spent so much time in each one of the constellations. And so each constellation that you were visiting, you were gathering the things that you would need for this journey once you returned here on planet Earth. And so your illumination of what's going to happen, sort of this glow up, is going to be happening with Sagittarius mainly. You guys are going to feel it even more intensely. In fact, you're going to really be teaching us how to navigate what this new moon puts into action this particular week. One of the more elevated frequencies doesn't come without its challenges because all things do, right? But it is certainly, oh, I didn't realize how far behind I was. Certainly, we all know that. Yeah, we all know that, but it is definitely coming. Wow, I was so far behind, you guys. Please forgive me. But I want you all to just know that. So let's show our Sages in the building some extra good love, some extra good love. We gotta give them love. Yeah, we gotta give the Sag. We gotta give them a little bit of extra love for us in doing that work. And in fact, all of us have Sag in our astrological chart. And so we all will get to benefit from this illumination of this full moon in Sagittarius, right? Now, here's what we're going to be talking about. And by the way, welcome to everyone on in. And also, I want to give a big shout out. I got a couple of shout outs I want to do, but one of the big shout outs I want to do is to the brother Rich. I was just on his amazing, wonderful platform again, there with the sister Ernie Lyons, and it was just a beautiful engagement in a conversation where we were all there dialoguing there together. Brother Rich, amazing at what he does and asking questions. And it was my first time meeting the sister. She's amazing. She's powerful. And it's good to see platforms where sisters are coming together and we can all dialogue and just to have soul families really reuniting themselves together. I don't know who. I hope that didn't drip up out of the sky. And it's just beautiful, beautiful to see, and I'm so grateful and thankful for each and every single one of you who tuned in, and for all of your love, everyone, especially for the new people who are here, who have joined the channel. I just want to welcome you all in with open arms. So many of you are here. Listen, the Mommy Pro says, I found you on Brother Rich's channel. So I am sending so much love to you guys who have come over from Brother Rich's channel. Like, oh my gosh, I am so grateful. I am so grateful, so grateful for each and every single one of you. Come on in. Welcome into the Blue Room. I'm Ms.Blue, the Soulful Oracle, and we just want to welcome you all in. Yeah, welcome you all in. And you will be seeing more. I've got a couple of more invitations to be a guest on a couple of other platforms. I'm excited about that. It's been some years since I've traveled outside of my own universe. And when I say years, we don't need numbers, do we? We don't need those kind of numbers. But let's just say it's been more than a decade. It's been more than a decade. Yeah, it's been more than a decade. Yeah, well, thank you. Thank you. I had to fluff it up. I had to fluff it up. But y'all like my intro? Y'all like my intro? The brother tried to put me on the spot talking about I always keep saying it's not going to be 3 hours, but I do 3 hours. We're not doing 3 hours tonight. Be advised. We're not doing 3 hours tonight. Not tonight. Not tonight. Not tonight. We're not doing it. Not tonight. We're not. Not tonight. We're not. But anywho, so, um, the title, You Are the Transmission. Beyond the beyond. You are beyond energy and you are beyond time. And I know you all are feeling that. And again, this is really for us to tap in for the energy of this week. I got a couple of announcements because I gotta say this. If I don't, I say I'm gonna get some nasty grams. But I gotta say this. First of all, I want to give a big shout out for the Futuristic Activation Collective. I'm going to ring the bell for you for the Futuristic Activation. You're going to have your weekly forecast, your energetic galactic forecast. That's going to be coming out. You'll get that tomorrow. And oh boy, it's some gems in there. It's some gems. It's some gems. It's some gems. It is some gems in there for sure, for sure, for sure. Okay. So now, this is what I want to also say. On Tuesday, I am excited to say that we will be starting the futuristic activation. No, we're not. We're not starting the futuristic. Let me get my mind right. We will be starting the All About Frequency 8-week class. Forgive me, you guys. It's been a long day. If you heard the intro, you know. So I want to say welcome and congratulations to everyone who's going to be a part of the 8-week all about fu- all about frequency activation class. It's going to be incredible and amazing. Now, that being said, I'm not going to talk too long about it, but I will say this. We sold out 6 times, 6 times sold out. So you say, well, how can that be? How can that be? Is because this time, even though I had a set number in mind about, I wanted to keep it small. I just wanted a small collective to come together. Um, I stayed open to spirit and also to the community and the people that I serve. And yeah, that part stayed open to that. And the more requests I got, it turned into 6 times sellout. That being said, over the course of this weekend, I have received so many emails. And so, after really just kind of taking everything in, I'm going to open it one time because some of you who I actually made the attempt to open it for, you didn't actually get a chance. Someone else took the spot. So if you're listening to this, I am going to open it one more time during this show. And that's going to be it. We start class on the 10th. So we got a couple of days. And, if you feel called and it's something that you can do, you are welcome. But I promise you, trust where you are, trust the process, and trust where you are. There will be more classes, there will be more things that is aligned for you. And so I want you to just trust where you are. If you cannot make it, I promise you, um, it'll be here. I will be here. More things will be here to come. And I have so many things to come. And for those who've been around for a long time, you guys know. Now, when I used to do the self invested workshop, we would open up a small window right around summertime and we'd leave it open for like a month. And then once we closed it, it was closed because that was a year-long mastermind mentorship program. And so it would be unfair for somebody to come in at a later time or this. But that's the way I teach too. I really like the group to be there and for us because we are learning at a high rate of speed and a lot of things that we're learning. And so that is the reason. I don't want anyone to think this isn't about gatekeeping or just letting certain people in and not letting other people in. It has nothing to do with that. Um, but it is about doing the work. And so you asked, and I've done it. So if you refresh and you go back, you will see that All About Frequency is open. There's a few slots, we gonna be hip to hip up in there. It's gonna be a few slots up in there, but we're all going to be able to get in there, no doubt. No doubt we're all going to be able to get in there. Okay. I just wanted to make sure I didn't have something else open. So we'll all be able to get in there. Yee. Oh my goodness. Wow. Okay. So, that being said, you are the transmission beyond energy. You are beyond time, beyond the energy, beyond time. So, listen, so family, we got a week ahead of us, but we are definitely more than ready for this. I want to say a couple of things. Number one, Ashe to the ancestors. Had a beautiful talk in Cosmic Conversation, Brittany Vibes Room, and was talking about some of the ancestors who have made their transition recently. And some of you may have had someone in your life who is in the process right now of making their transition, or they have just made their transition. And so I'm sending you so much love to you and to your family at this particular time. Now, mm, mm-hmm. What we're going to be speaking about here is to know that this is really a tap in, a tune in, a turn all the way on kind of moment I want you to think about, because we are gathering to really fine tune our energetic energies. They're instruments, and that's the reason we come together here. So, a lot of times when you come over here, I try to keep it lighthearted. I want to speak to you in a language, like you were talking to your best friend, or really just talking to your sister, or talking to a loved one in that way. So we are fine tuning our energetic instruments, not from our minds, though, but from source, our higher self. And that is so important. So I wanted us to start out by setting the intention, because tonight we're going to keep it light. We're going to keep it not too long, uh, but we're going to set the intention. So I want you all to take a breath with me. We're going to just kind of breathe together, because this isn't about information overload. Not at all. It's about frequency activation. You are already wired for everything you need, all of your expansion, all of your healing, everything. And so, what we do when we come together, we're just kind of realigning, but we're realigning back to the blueprint, back to the source, back to the original code. So, here's what I want us to do. Let's all sit up straight. If we can sit up straight, let's sit up straight real quick. We're going to sit up straight. And I want to welcome all 242 of you here. Hit that like button. It's going to be a way that you can put your energetic signature out into the world and let people know that yeah, that you hear. That's your energetic uh, signature, which is so powerful, by the way. It's your energetic signature. Mm-hmm. So we're going to sit up straight. As my mother would say, we're going to roll our shoulders back. You can take your hands, you can place them in your lap if you want. Wiggle your toes. This is going to help ground you. And I just want you all to invite you all to take a breath with me. Take a breath. Take a breath. Because right now, the whole planet, congratulations. Let me turn that off. The whole planet, someone just signed up for the All About Frequency workshop. Congratulations. But take a breath. I want you to breathe in through your nose. Hold it for a 3 count. And then I want you to let it out by saying, ah. Do it again. Just relax. One more time. You're going to breathe in. And then sit for a minute with your eyes closed. Sit for a minute with your eyes closed. Congratulations again. And I want you to lean into this. I want you to drop down out of your mind into the lower half of your body. And I want you to answer this question. What energy are you calling in right now? Is it clarity? Is it love? Is it wealth? Is it expansion? Is it wholeness? Is it healing? I want you, as soon as it comes into your awareness, sit with it for a second, and then I want you to drop the word in chat. What energy are you calling in right now? And when I say calling in, it's not coming from outside. It's coming from within you. You are activating this from within. Ooh, I love it. Healing, love, understanding, clarity, and love. Powerful. Expansion, truth, love, wholeness, love, abundance, understanding, truth. Again, abundance, understanding, healing, love and expansion, love, wealth and joy, healing, self-love, love, wow, love and wealth, all of the above. I would quantify that because it's coming from you. Wellness, stability, self-love, peace, righteous thinking, powerful, beyond, power, love, all. I would challenge you with all. And I know you understand, but maybe if you could drop a word. Yeah. And help us to understand. That would be powerful. Expansion. Y'all are moving so fast. Optimism, sovereignty, love, light worker, peace, excellent, clarity of purpose. Ooh, okay. clarity, and expansion. Winning, winning. Interesting. Interesting. I would challenge you on that. Restoration and abundance, expansion and growth, self love, healing, power, order, 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 order. Mm, mm, Interesting. Them. To me, wealth is all of them. Okay, okay, got you. Wealth is all of them. Okay, healing, wholeness, oneness, wealth. Yeah, wealth, healing, self love, wealth, clarity, truth, justice, transformation into my highest good. Good, grace, love, knowing happiness. I am calling in strength to give birth and peace, and I'm calling in my tribe, understanding, cooperation. Ooh, feel that one deep understanding. Ooh, prosperity, equality. Equality. Oh, y'all are channeling tonight. Definitely healing. Dreams. Rebirth. Wow. Knowledge. Living in the presence. Gratitude. Mm. Expansion. Bless be all. Balance. Wow. Okay. You understood the assignment. The reason I said to some of you, I would challenge you, because sometimes we're not clear in what it is we're even requiring of ourselves. And I want us to start getting clear, not so much in words, but in our feeling, right? Because you have to ask yourself what comes first, the expression from within, and then the words. Harmonious, freedom, lunar, wellness, independence. Love it all. This is so powerful. Do me a favor, make yourself a note, and we're going to keep these words for this week, because you have just channeled your theme for the week. You have channeled your theme for the week, and you will see this playing out. And how that plays out for you is going to be what you are presented with. You have put this activation in place for you. If it is something you must overcome, it's going to present itself so you can overcome it. If it is something you need to learn, you will get the answers to learn what you need to do to overcome. You will have the opportunity, someone say, in real time to see this manifestation. In real time, you will see this. This is me putting this out there. I've seen this in the records. So write these words down. And I want it to be that first one that dropped in you. Trust that one. It doesn't mean the rest won't come. But if you get that first one, you've opened the portal. You've opened the doorway. It doesn't matter how you get in, as long as you got in. Because once you overcome that first one, whatever that first one was, justice, healing, health, love, freedom, abundance, what y'all was putting down, love, y'all was putting down all kinds of stuff. When you overcome that first one, you will have an opportunity to move forward, because that's what this energy of this week is about. You will see this in real time. Some people will call it a lesson. I mean, we all been to school, right? So we can look at it like it's a class. And so you're going to get this, not a quiz. This is the final exam. And so it's either you're going to pass or you're not. And it's okay if you don't pass. That just means we have to study up and make sure that that is what we want. So make yourself a promise. And thank you again for those of you who are joining. Make yourself a promise that when you're presented and you get that, that's the word I wrote down during the live, it's here. You got to pass that. You got to go for it. You got to really do it. You got to really stand in it. You have to really embody it. You have to really say what you mean and mean what you say, because this week we are going to get sprinkles of doubt, because there are things that are being unearthed from the lower dimensions of the planet. And you're going to be just like Wi-Fi. These lower frequency thoughts are going to be coming in. And so it's going to be real important for you to not sleep on yourself and realize, wait a minute, you have to begin to start asking the question, is this thought coming from me or is it coming to me? You're going to have to know the difference. So if you start hearing these self-defeating thoughts, when doubt starts to creep in, or you start to question and things maybe don't go as planned, you're going to have to really ask yourself, is this coming from me or is this coming to me? You understand? Is it coming from me or is it coming to me? To me, to me, to me. Know the difference. If it's coming from you and it's a self-defeating thought, then I want you to debunk it like an urban legend. I taught a masterclass on how to debunk urban legends. See, when an urban legend comes up, you got to debunk that shit right then. You can't let it linger. You know, it's like the old house on the end that all the children have all these stories about when you were a kid, about what happened in that house and the people who live in that house. And you got these urban legends going on about this family. And it just continues on and on from elementary school to middle school to high school to college. Now you've grown and people still talking about this family in the town. It's an urban legend. That's why you can't let urban legends live on, especially when they're coming from you. So the moment you get that urban legend that says, that questions, no. Because one thing goes wrong, this is not going to work for you. I want you to debunk the urban legend immediately. I want you to re-script that urban legend. And here's a couple of ways I'm going to tell you how to do some energetic re-scripting. You have to first acknowledge, this is how you used to feel. This is how you used to feel about yourself. But you no longer hold that to be true. Now, there is a spiritual law, and it works on the physical plane too, but this spiritual law is, if you remove something, whether it's energetically, physically, or mentally, you have to replace it with a frequency of equal value or higher value, or else it doesn't work. It cancels itself out. So if I am doubting whether or not, let's say, maybe I'm always late for work. I'm kind of telling on myself. And they have already put me on a final on my job, and they say, if you're late again, you're out. So I get up in the morning, and even though I'm an hour and 50 minutes earlier, I already start feeling that I'm going to be late. That's an urban legend. Or it can turn into reality if I choose. I'm going to debunk the urban legend. How I'm going to debunk the urban legend is by simply saying, yeah, we used to be late every single day, but we're no longer late. This is why we got up an hour and 30, 40 minutes ahead of time, and we're leaving out an hour early. And then we're going to take action on whatever that urban legend is. You have to take immediate action to move yourself forward. I'm putting y'all on to some real simple occult science game. It seems like it is. Yeah, you got to make sure that hair is laid, Anubis. You're right. It seems like it's so complicated, but it's more about frequency. It's not the mind. Listen, the power of your words are not even your words. It's frequency, not the mind. I want you to write that down and never forget it. That's why I started out with that. So the power of words is frequency. It's not the mind. So you got to get out the mind. So, yeah, yeah. That's where we are with it. That's where we are. You got to debunk, but you will be face to face with this. Give yourself a moment, and if I could give you some checkpoints, I would say starting tomorrow, give or take. No, not tomorrow. The night of the 10th. Now, the night of the 10th, the evening of the 10th is when this is going to start kind of really ramping itself up. By the time we get to the 11th, either 3 days before or 3 days after. Let's give that window. My guides are just now telling me 3 days before, 3 days after. Run it up. That's when it's going to happen. That's your window. And right now, 8, 9, 10, 11, we're already in the 3-day window. So it very well can happen at any given moment. Any given moment. Words are not spells of the mind. That's not what words are. Words are activation of the higher self. We were just having this conversation in Cosmic Conversations. And so some of you are already tuned in using words as activations. Matter of fact, it was Bridget B who kind of brought this up. And that is so beautiful because we need to understand that. But remember, the power of words is frequency. It's not the mind. It's not the mind. So let's be clear. In this frequency field, your mind is not welcome. And for everyone who's going to be attending the All About Frequency workshop, your mind is not welcome. In fact, when we get into this portal, we will check the mind at the door. We will let the mind know that it can go on a rendezvous. Yeah, that part. The mind could actually go on a rendezvous because the mind is not welcome there. It's not needed. The mind, with all of its doubts, with all of its calculations, with all of its noise. Remember, the mind is where the false matrix lives. The mind. The mind cannot build what you are stepping into. And I need you to remember this. Your mind cannot build what you are stepping into. This isn't manifestation from the head. It is creation from the higher self. From the higher self. This is what this is. Creation from the higher self. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. 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 Mm-hmm. 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 We are no longer scripting logic. We are sounding into the existence from the soul. We are sounding into the existence from the soul. One of the reasons why the music industry is so shook up, because we are no longer scripting from logic. We are sounding it into existence from the soul. From the soul. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Now, I have my phone on silent, but I also want to say thank you again. Congratulations. Someone else just signed up for the last and final call for the All About Frequency workshop, where we just don't talk about energy in there. We become energy. No mental gymnastics is not going to happen. No overthinking. It's going to be pure intuitive creations, pure higher communication. That's what it is. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So, in the chat, here's what I want you all to do for me. Drop this in the chat because this is our mantra for this week. I move by intuition and I build by frequency. I move by intuition and I build by frequency. That's an Oracle original. That's an activation code for you. When you get a chance, write it down, say it out loud, screenshot it, keep it with you all throughout. I move by intuition and I build by frequency. Now, we're going to do another short exercise here. We all right? In my brother Bobby Hemmett voice. We all right? Y'all all right? We good? We Gucci? How we feeling? Lola Falana in the building. So good to see you, sis. Yes. Yes, I move. That's it. I move by intuition and I build by frequency. This has been a long drop secret of mine. And whenever I need to recenter and ground myself, I command this power through frequency. I move by my intuition, right? And I build by frequency. See, that's a little different because, see, then the mind knows what it's supposed to do. The mind is supposed to wait on your command before it does anything. If you notice when you repeated that, whether you repeated it out loud or to yourself, it's like your mind went radio silent. Try it again. Try it again if you don't believe me. Say it out loud. I move by intuition and I build by frequency. Wait for it. Wait for it. You don't hear the mind. You don't hear that mind. That mind said, okay, I'm going to wait for my time. I'm going to wait for my moment because the mind has a moment. The mind has genius, but the mind is not what should be leading at all. Okay? Thank you, Lola. All right. So we're going to do an exercise here. And this is what we're going to do. I want you to close your eyes for a second. No thinking, no judging. Just close your eyes. Close your eyes and just listen. Just listen. And what you're listening for is the first feeling that rises. Because that first feeling is your voice. That's your voice. That's your real voice. That's your true voice. That's your real voice. That first feeling. That first feeling. That's your real voice. Mm-hmm. 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 Woo! Yeah, that's some good stuff. That's some good stuff. That's some good stuff. So you have some tools you can take with you. Some tools. When you hit that Ms.Blue Oracle statement there, I move by intuition, I build by frequency. Every cell down to your subatomical particles, as hidden treasures say, must bow. And the mind will stand tall, waiting, waiting for your command. Because you already set, someone said order. You already set the order. I move by what? Intuition. And I'm building by frequency. The mind will support that. The mind will support that. And you will start to tap in to your superconscious. The more that you work with that, your superconscious will find a way to come online when it is needed. Now, I know we all like to think we vibing in 5D 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, but I'm going to keep it real with you. I'm not always in 5D. I'm not. You may come at me a certain kind of way and you might find me in 2D. Not 3D, 2D. I'm going to take you all the way down to the depths. And I have to remind myself, wait a minute, Blue. I move by intuition and I build by frequency. Everything goes, it just shut it down. It aligns you back to yourself. And then if you want to know, like, where are these thoughts coming from? Where are these feelings coming from? Because remember, the mind is a genius. The mind can create feelings. Rose, yeah, Rose. Sometimes, sometimes I got to get a little 2D with them, you know. But I remind myself, I move by intuition. This is how my guides gave this to me, and I build by frequency. You understand? I have to come back. What I'm I'm always gonna keep it real and raw over here. I'm not gonna feed you a pipe dream, baby. We real teachers out here, all of us. So yeah. And that's how you tap in also. For a second, close your eyes, no thinking, no judging, and just listening for the first feeling that arises. That's your voice. That part, that one, that part. So now we're going to talk about this. Let me look at my time because y'all already heard. Okay, we doing good. We doing good. We doing real good. Okay, so now we're going to talk about emotional intelligence and intuition. And so some of you had this question I seen in chat, and we're going to talk about this. And I'm just going to give you a little taste because I know we have a lot of new people here who haven't experienced my teachings and just the way I navigate and the way I share information. Feeling is your frequency tuner, just like a radio station. Feeling. Thank you, Anubis. I typically don't pull out a notebook for anyone, but this, I love it. I love it. Thank you all. Feelings is your frequency tuner. I want to tell a short story. When I first got awakened, one of the things that led me to an awakening was my emotions. Emotions. Highly emotional. And many of you may have been that way growing up, just very emotional. And whether I express them externally or whether you do or not, it doesn't matter. But I was very emotional. And everybody was telling me, you got to stop taking things so personal. You know, I'd be at work. You got to stop. You got to stop wearing your heart on your sleeve. You got to start. And soon as I came in, my very first love was the chakras. It was energy. I've been reading energy since I've been a child. But I knew that the world had emotions jacked up, effed up, just real effed up what they thought about emotions. We are just now coming into some of these knowings. I always understood that emotions were powerful. They are so powerful. You understand, your feelings are soul signals. And what happens is the body is the translator. But a lot of times we've allowed our mind, the false matrix, to create emotions that aren't real. And it causes a big discourse within us where we're not understanding ourselves and even why we're feeling the things that we're feeling, the way that we're feeling, because they're not our true, authentic emotions. They're not real emotions we're feeling. Because feelings are soul signals. Feelings are not a problem. Feelings are a portal. Someone say it with me. My feelings are my portal. If you're feeling everything right now, you are being called higher, not to suppress, but to transmute. And that's what took me a while to understand. When you are feeling so intensely, you are being called higher. But we've been taught to suppress that feeling, suppress that anger, suppress that frustration, suppress that sadness, suppress that energy to the point where we even suppress our happiness, suppress our joy. Oh no, you can't let people see that you're too happy. Suppress that, suppress that. But your feelings are not a problem. That's a portal. You got 99 problems, but your feelings ain't one. That's a portal. You're being called to something higher. Not to suppress it, but to transmute it. Feelings are your soul signal. The body is the translator. Heavy emotions means the message needs a high receiver. Ooh. Heavy emotions means you need a higher receiver. You got to go higher to receive, to understand what it is it's telling you, because that is the point of transformation and the point of your power. But you have to get in the right position, the right vibration to receive it. And just by knowing this, that's a whole activation, intuition, upgrade, emotional intelligence soup right there. So, mm, mm-hmm, 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 mm-hmm. So let's do this. Let's do this. Let's shift the channel. I want you all to shift the channel with me. We're going to do a live activation, just kind of like a micro activation here together. We're just going to do something little. We ain't going to do too much because, we're going to shift this. We're going to shift the channel. And I want you to inhale the feeling you're sitting with. That's one. And then exhale it, leaving the story behind. So your inhale, whatever that story is, heavy emotion that you're sitting with at this time. And then when you exhale, you're going to leave that story behind. This is pure frequency shifting right here. Okay? We're going to get ready. We're going to get ready. Let's go. Mm. And so it is done. What feelings are you transmuting tonight? I want you to drop one word in the chat because we all shifted this here together, and it's power when we all come together and we do these kinds of activations. If you've been here for a while, we do this all the time. If you're new here, welcome. And thank you for joining us and bringing your powerful energy. One word. What feeling are you transmuting tonight? Put it in the chat. What feeling? Is it doubt? Is it doubt? Is it poverty within consciousness? Is it the lack of self-worth? I see overwhelm, procrastination, sadness, yes, self-doubt, blame, shame, yes, these are great, frustration, yes, doubt, fear, lack, yes, 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 powerful, powerful. Your intuition, unworthiness, worry, worthless, yes. This is what you shifted. Hate, guilt. Shame, fear, doubt, and physical pain. Yes, yes, yes. Not feeling enough, choosing in love, discipline, unsure, guilt, yes, lack of discipline. See that? Yeah, these are powerful. Inadequacies, confused, yes. Negligence, envy. These are really, really good. These are very powerful. Hurt and abandonment, mistrust, yes. You've released this. You've released this obsession, fear base. These are really good. These are really, really good. Indecisiveness. Oh, yes. Another really, really good one. Yeah. Know that fear of being seen, another powerful one. Shame. Yes. Your intuition isn't whispering, it's roaring. And I want you to trust the nudge, the knowing. Listen at me, the weird feelings, because that's your soul's map. This is going to come up for you. Betrayal, all of these things, humiliation, pity, all of this. Listen, listen. Trust these nudges. Trust them. It's pulling you out. It's pulling you out. It's giving you confirmation. It's allowing you to bear witness that you shifted the channel. You release that from yourself. So if you're getting a weird feeling right now, some sort of nudges happening. This is your intuition letting you know that's your soul's map. Miseducation, imposter energy. These are also good. Also good. Ooh, ooh. Y'all gonna have me toning over here in a minute, but I'm gonna save that for the class where we do that. So listen, if this resonated with you, if you felt the shift, mm, mm-hmm, mm-hmm, I want you to type, I felt the shift. And it's all about frequency. That's what I want you to type. If you felt the shift, I want you to type in the blue room, I felt the shift, and it's all about frequency. I want you all to know this all about frequency has been a part of my template from the very, very beginning. And it's so much bigger than just this 8-week class. But this is the way that I am reintroducing myself to me. And I'm just so honored to have you guys join me. I felt the shift, and it's all about frequency. Yeah. I felt the shift, and it's all about frequency. I want you to remember that. I want you to remember that those words don't belong to me. Those words belong to all of us. And I want you to be able to tap in. I felt the shift, and it's all about the frequency, because what you're doing is coding your subconscious mind and your subatomical particles that it understands that it's all about your frequency, because this is how you build, right? This is how you're building. This is how you're building. So, yes, I move by intuition and I build by frequency. I felt the shift, and it's all about frequency. I can tell you all have shifted. I literally can tell. Mm-hmm. I can tell. I can tell. Mm-hmm. 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 So where are we? Let me stay on track. We're not going to be long-winded tonight. So now, remember that your home, clock it, your home, your energy needs a home. I'm thinking about something else, but I'm going to get back to that. But your energy needs a home. Your energy needs a home. Expansion without anchoring is chaos. Expansion without anchoring is chaos. Energy, especially now, is inviting you to organize. Not just your to-do list, but your to-be list. Somebody say, I need to organize my to-be list, because energy needs a home. And expansion without being able to anchor it is nothing but chaos. Chaos. We don't want that. Your energy is inviting you. Your energy is inviting you to organize it, not by a to-do list, but by a to-be list. By a to-be list. Wherever you clear your space, you clear channels for abundance. Many of you want wealth and abundance wherever you clear space. You clear channels for abundance. You clear channels for abundance, pure abundance. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So, type one thing you're going to organize or restructure this week to match your new energy. Keep that same energy. Type one thing, just one thing that you're going to organize on your to be list, right? That you're going to organize, that you're going to restructure to match your new frequency. Because you got a new frequency, baby. And it starts time now. Now, now. What is it? For those of you in the futuristic activation course, this is infused in your cloud 9. So I am looking for you to be the leaders here for those who have the frequency activation kit. Yeah, yeah. I need to organize my to be list because my energy needs a home. Yes, that's right. hmm No, this is not about your physical closet. This is about your to be list. Your to be list. One thing you're going to organize, restructure this week to match your new frequency. Now I get what you're saying. Your bedroom closet. Got you, Brenda. Appointments, my kitchen, my daily life, my bathroom toiletries. Ooh, I may have to write that one down. The closet. Always the closet because the closet in feng shui is the subconscious mind. Yeah, that's what's hidden. Some gems in that closet. Yeah, the basement. The basement also represents the lower aspect of the conscious mind. Yeah, that's where the player hater lives, you know? And remember, the conscious mind is going to do one or two things: accuse or excuse you. And so we often put things down in the basement we don't want to deal with, right? Mm-hmm. My thoughts when it comes across content creation. Love that. My second phone. You got two phones? Yeah. Remember, Kevin Gates had two phones too. He got two phones, right? You got two phones? Let me see. Your books. Oh, I need to do that too. Your attitude. I absolutely love that. My parenting style. Love that. My car. I'm going to organize my sleep schedule. Ooh, I like that. My office, my digital files. I feel you. My bedroom, my daily activities to put work into action. Love that. To be organized in my artwork. I love that. My email accounts. Y'all got some good ones. Okay, clean up my closet, spare bedroom. I will utilize my planner, going to the gym. Now, you're matching your new frequency, your to be list. So today, I be. Let me tell you, back in my past life when I was a Eastern Star, I guess once a star, always a star, clock it. But when I was in OES, we had to learn the Beatitudes. How many of you know about the Beatitudes? And if you studied, the Bible, you understand about the Beatitudes. But we had to know the Beatitudes. Well, I want you to get your B list, your to be list. These will be your to be list, like the Beatitudes, right? And then you're going to show up and you're going to name one thing that you're going to organize, restructure this week to match your to be list, right? We talked about I am on the show with Brother Rich, and now we're talking about to be. So here's the thing. As always, it may be a few seats left, maybe, baby, maybe, baby. I don't know. Uh, but what I want to say to you is that I invite you to join me in the All About Frequency workshop. This is the last open gate before the portal closes. Okay. And a few sacred seats, you guys have asked me, I've opened them back up. But once they are all claimed, the circle will be sealed. You understand? So now, speaking of sealing, we have to go and seal this frequency activation that we've done here tonight. I see you guys still putting your to be list over here. I love it. I absolutely love it. And so we are going to get our activation decree. Are you guys ready? I'm going to give it to you. And I would love to see you guys. I would love for you to quote me and activate you because you received the activation. I'm going to give you what was channeled. And here it is. I am the source of my frequency, and my energy is my wealth, and my words are gold. Y'all need me to say that again for the people in the back? I am the source of my frequency, and my energy is my wealth, and my words are gold. That part. And so it is done. And I want you to remember you are not here to follow energy. You are here to generate it, period. We're not here to follow no energy. We don't do that. We're not following energy. Are you kidding me? We are not following energy. Never that. We are never following energy. But we are here. We are here. But we are not here to follow. We ain't here. I started to sing that song. Follow me. Want you to follow me. We are here to generate energy. We're here to generate it. We are the creators. We are co-creating with God, the universe, and the Most High. But yeah, I don't want to sing. You guys get it. I love you. I believe in you. Let's build this new earth one frequency at a time. One frequency at a time. That's what we're going to do. We're going to be builders in this frequency, in this energy. So I love you all. It's over 300 people in the blue room. I would love for you that is tuning in to hit that like button and subscribe if you haven't. Hit that bell notification for more, because there will be more. Let's run it up. You know, I would absolutely love, and I want to send so much love out to all of our new listeners and everyone who's been here. I want to see if we can make it. We can make it to 15K view. I haven't been really on YouTube active for a long time. I've been here, but not really been here. We in this thing now. We in this thing for real. We are fully committed and focused here now. And I'm so grateful for each and every single one of you. And so it means the world to me that we can do this work together, that we can come together and we can do this powerful work. I'm going to play us some music as we come out. This is a song from your higher self here. And maybe I'll play the intro again because I don't think everybody got to hear it. And maybe y'all should, maybe y'all can hear it. I think y'all would enjoy this. I think you would really, really enjoy this. Remember, words are not spells of the mind. They are activation of the higher self, your higher self. Yeah, that part.
Greetings, soul family. Welcome to this sacred space of vibration, intuition, and frequency. We are live, and already the energy is rising. Now, before we go any further, let's talk about the energy behind the energy, the woman, the myth, the magic, Ms.Blue, the Soulful Oracle herself, Ms. Blue is almost ready to grace us with her presence. She's just backstage, setting her frequency, aligning the vibe, and maybe finishing the last few sips of her favorite tea. You know, balancing the sacred with the simple. It's an art form. Here's a little secret. Ms.Blue didn't just start preparing for this tonight. She's been preparing her whole life, tuning frequencies, unlocking cosmic codes, and yes, maybe roaming the halls at 2 a.m. on the phone, energy swirling, crystals nearby, YouTube documentaries playing in the background. She says it herself. I took a long nap yesterday, so now the creativity portal is wide open. Isn't that real magic? Showing up when spirit calls, not the clock. Another thing you should know. Ms.Blue always claims she's keeping it short tonight. She says, not going to be a 3-hour live this time. And yet, somehow, someway, here we are, together, surfing frequencies until time melts away. Because when you're moving in pure energy, time isn't the boss, frequency is, and tonight is different. Ms.Blue is bringing the blueprint. She's been living inside the energy of her upcoming signature workshop, all about frequency. A sacred space where we leave the mind at the door and invite in the crown of intuition, no mind, no logic, just pure soul activation. This is the moment we remember. You are not here to chase a vibe. You are here to become the vibe. And Ms.Blue, she's not just teaching that. She's transmitting it. Imagine this galaxy's realigning. DNA strands whispering. Portals swirling open MS. Blue is not just sharing words. She's opening dimensions. She's not just guiding tonight. She's activating. But don't be surprised if she steps on screen and says, y'all, I wasn't even going to turn the camera on tonight, but Spirit had other plans. And that's how you know something real is about to happen. So while she's fluffing her aura and maybe double-checking if her charger's plugged in, here's what you can do. Breathe in the moment. Light a candle if you have one. Center your spirit. And when she appears, flood this chat with stars, hearts, fire, and that old-school soul family welcome. Let her feel the frequency we're holding for her arrival. Because this isn't just another live stream. This is a living frequency field, curated, cultivated, and channeled by Ms.Blue herself. And you didn't just stumble in here tonight. Your higher self, the real you, led you here. You're about to be reminded that you are the source of your frequency. You are the portal you've been waiting for. And Ms.Blue is simply holding the mirror, a mirror that reflects not your mind, but your essence. So lean in, open your heart, open your intuition, open your third eye. Because when Ms.Blue steps in front of that camera, the atmosphere will shift and you'll feel it. She's not just here to talk. She loves to talk though. She's here to transmit. She's not just here to vibe. She is the vibration. Now, get ready. Ms.Blue is adjusting her crown, sipping her tea, maybe still wondering if she left a crystal charging somewhere. But most importantly, she's about to open the portal. Soul family, you're right on time. The moment is now.
Let's pretend this isn't my life. Let's pretend it was a great night. Let's pretend that it was real nice. Let's pretend that it's a movie. Let's pretend that it's a story. Let's pretend that it was glory.